Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark Veil movies.
You okay?
Oh, boy.
Almost didn't make it
Is
there.
that the heat of lying?
I'm Brian, and I like Hallmark Veil movies.
I'm Dan, and I can proudly say that I despise Hallmark Veil movies, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Woo, boy. Hello, everybody. How are ya? Are you feeling good? Are you looking good? Are we looking good?
Look great.
We're looking good.
Great. We look great.
Are you okay?
Somebody just
Aaron's got it. Aaron's got it.
Yeah, there's a
we got
delivery here. She was standing inside the door for the whole intro.
Wow.
Was
and
it?
she kept saying hello.
Oh, man. That's
And then
tough.
I was like, I thought Aaron was going to get it, and then I was like, I guess I'll get it.
Aaron's got
That's
it.
how I
It's the
just
whole thing. If you were watching on philo.tv,
Some good stuff.
Philo- yeah.
you would have seen some things happening. I still don't know what's going on. Can we get any update from Aaron?
I bet
she's working on
I
it.
think she's working on it. I bet it's going to be really good.
Seems like
Is this-
Brian had a hand in this.
Who, me?
You
Is this
literally
more?
had your hands like this.
Finally.
Oh, my
Perfect.
gosh, a
This-
blizzard.
Finally. This
You ordered
just-
a blizzard just for you?
Well, if you ask nicely.
Are there any more blizzards?
Are there more blizzards? Can I
Aaron,
tell
I
you
think
this?
Brandon might
I
deserve
just
a
had a
blizzard.
Fuddruckers Oreo milkshake. Oh, there are more blizzards.
Oh, wow.
There are more blizzards.
Here we
wow,
go.
wowzers. But no
don't know
spoons,
how they're
so
gonna
thanks,
eat those,
Aaron. Really
but,
appreciate that.
Supposed to grow extra hands, Aaron.
Do they all say brain on it?
They all
This is
say
brain.
brain.
Do they
Thank
say
you.
brain? Oh, perfect. There's one that does have peanuts in it, so let's just hope.
It's a roulette situation.
Hope.
Yeah.
Among hope.
Can I?
So we're just what it takes to get through the episode, guys. That's all.
Someone's supposed to have cookie
Oh, my
Mine
gosh.
should be cookie dough for sure.
Okay.
Okay, then
There we go.
great. Do you like peanuts? Great. All right.
We're in good
Thanks,
shape.
Aaron.
Now we're ready to rock and roll.
People say that our show's not visually exhilarating.
are you
I beg to differ. I
they
beg to
know?
differ. This whole intro is worth the
Something.
at the very least the free trial of Philo,
Now, but
if
you're
not the whole
listening in
month.
Your car. This was real bad.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Man, that cookie does good.
Sorry about that.
I've
So,
already had a
do you
full
mind
milkshake, I wanna be
explaining?
clear.
Do you mind explaining yourself with
Me?
this? I understand that you've. What's the number right now? How many blizzards are we up
This
to?
is tough. Math is tough. I do have a spreadsheet, and it's probably we're definitely.
you cross 300?
We're probably 317.
Brian's
Okay.
going to keep us so honest on bits.
Okay.
You know how many times that you said something to Panda if he had done anything about it?
But but really quickly, so you're over 300 blizzards at this point
Yeah.
for 2023, which
Yeah.
is a marvel to behold.
Yeah.
How'd you get that to time so perfectly?
Perfectly.
Yeah, it's just more math. It's like the veil. Like if it
Did
has
you
these
use a
magical
delivery
qualities-
service, or did your wife help you?
Yeah,
out?
that was a delivery service. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, there's no way it was Diana because
No, she could not have done that.
whoever did that just was like standing there going, hello?
Diana would have
Hello?
just shot right in here.
I
Yeah,
have
just come in.
blizzards
To be clear, the instructions said leave it outside the door, and Aaron and I did a little
and get
show
the heck
prep.
out of here.
Leave it on the doorstep and get the heck out of here.
Exactly, and Home Alone that thing, and Aaron we had a whole routine figured out from show
And that
prep.
routine was
Just went-
flawless.
yeah,
I'll
just
tell you
went-
that
went
much.
right down in
It was a
flames.
flawless
You
routine.
guys nailed it. You guys nailed it.
That-
Our show prep typically works, Brand. These guys.
They're
First time
still
around.
getting there. They're still new.
What did Aaron say?
You would start on time.
Yeah.
If we had
True.
started on
If
time.
we started on time, I did have. We would have been further along.
Guys, I'm sorry that our fun time and chuckles
right.
ruined
I'm
things.
so full of ice cream right now.
I thought that us not starting on time
Yeah.
was good for the group. I thought we were having
Yeah.
a
good
good
for
time.
the gander.
Thought
We
we
were
were
having a good time. It's just unfortunate it happened on today.
Yeah.
You know?
On today, that's exactly
today.
right. Well, thank you for this blizzard. Let me really quickly, for the folks on Philo,
For the
I
vlog.
am going to do
For the vlog.
the blizzard
Yeah.
tip 'em ups.
Oh, you are? What's?
You don't know about the blizzard. You're 300 deep.
I saw Blizzard tip them up live.
I don't know nothing
Phenomenal.
about this.
The
You're
whole thing with
300
the Blizzard is you flip it
You
over.
flip it.
That's going to be a mess.
Yeah,
This is
this
not-
is
look,
not.
don't do
This
it.
is not.
We gotta
I would
move.
do it.
Don't do it.
I would do it.
Typically, open that up. Now,
No.
typically you get this, at DQ. Typically
Yeah,
you get this.
absolutely.
This has not been in,
Is that the one with Oreos and cookie dough? Because I feel like that should have been mine.
Well,
It's a
I'm
hot
sorry.
chocolate Oreo.
Okay.
Hot chocolate Oreo.
This is something that I don't think like Sandra, who brings it over from Malden.
Sandra.
Yeah. All right, here we go. The Blizzard
tip 'em up. Here we go.
Man,
Not
okay.
bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad, folks.
Wow.
A couple drizzles in there.
Guys, this
Not
is
bad.
Philo's.
Quality. No.
We should leave this uncovered so we remember to clean this out.
No.
Tammy Philo's going to be looking at the numbers and be like, why was there such a spike on today's episode? I'll tell you why. Blizzard. People are here for the Blizzard. That's what I'm here for.
Talk.
Speaking of things that people are here for.
Brian just waited for him to have like a thing that was edible. It was like, Brian, you like Blizzard? He's like, I sure do.
All his Reese's talk. And
Blizzard content. Blizzard showing up at the door.
I'm not going to say.
it's cold in here.
I'm not going to say that you ordering a bunch of Blizzards was a bit, because it wasn't. That's
It
something
was,
that's happening.
no.
But if it was happening, you have ordered a lot of Blizzards in the last week.
More
for
than
this,
I've ever ordered in my
for
life,
this
I would
bit.
say.
And you didn't even know the Blizzard tip them up.
I had no idea about
No
the tip 'em
idea.
up. And now,
Speaking of things that people love, can I interest you in a Fifth Veil movie?
Yeah, you can.
Fifth Veil movie.
The way I look at this is episode 5 of Star Wars is Empire Strikes Back, the
Yep.
best one.
Yep.
So this is the 5th Veil movie.
It's Palo and the Veil.
That's right.
Yes.
Now, the 5th one that ever was made was Attack of the Clones, which is like one of the worst Star Wars movies ever made. So it could go either way.
sure could.
I can't wait to find out.
You know what I also can't wait to do? Tomorrow's episode is Dan and I and a new collaborator with us. We'll get to that, I think. I don't know if we're announcing it, if we're giving it a surprise.
Let's just make it a surprise.
All right. It's JoJo. Get out right now. No, it's a special. But anyway, we're talking about The Way Home tomorrow. Brand new Hallmark television
Yeah.
program.
I'm
That's exciting.
fascinated. I can't wait for that.
I can't wait to dive into it. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
a lot of fun. People are very excited and have been enjoying When Calls to Hearts. It's been back for a couple weeks now. Also, this week, this Thursday, starting a new season of that.
Wow.
Season 9. Last season until we're all caught up. Very exciting. I think
are
Jax's
You guys are doing
plane
it.
is still on time for this week, so we'll see how things are going.
Yeah.
And then Friday, Benjamin Ayers. It's
Wow.
a
What a
big week, guys.
What a week.
A big week here on Deck the Hallmark, but it'd be wrong to skip this movie, right? We
Yeah.
can't do
Would
that.
it? Yeah, we
The
can.
Wedding
Can.
Veil, this is inspiration.
Inspiration.
You're the veil in my life.
You're the inspiration. It originally aired on January 14th. Happy birthday, Josh. Number
38.
63. And it went
clock
a
is-
little
clock is
something
ticking.
like this. Imo and Paolo are married and just so happy. Paolo is making croissants and his getting ready to start his new shop. Emma is learning Italian and is going to wear some new lace to the grand opening of the shop tonight. She's still teaching, although she's getting ready to become the new chair.
Yeah, department
chair. And wouldn't you know it, she's back here in America, and kids still don't care about what she has to say. Some things never change. And then she gets to the grand opening late because the current chair wanted to talk to her. Without the lace, she forgot it on her desk after being pulled away into a meeting. And guess who is there with the veil? It's Avery and Tracy. Oh my gosh, it never gets old. The three of these people,
Yeah.
all
it
together in one room.
Man, what are the odds?
I think if I was a betting man, I think we might see them together in a room 2 more times in this movie. I do think that is what might happen. Emma starts telling the story of the veil, and the crowd is captivated. Her grad assistant is there and records it on her phone. Her name is Lily. Hi, Lily. Paolo gets a call that they're bringing his dad to the hospital. So he has to leave, hop on a plane at LAX to head back over to Italy. And
Dream,
Cardigan, and
maybe
Jay-Z
even song on, maybe even taxi cab, maybe even radio.
maybe even the Britney song this time. Apparently,
Maybe even butterflies gone.
so he has to leave, and she goes to the store the next day, and it is popping. Apparently, Lily.
It's a lot like Brian's lip gloss, if you can believe it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is popping.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's cool and it's popping, isn't it?
Maybe.
You see him after school.
Are there a lot of like kids talking about it?
You see him after school.
Yeah. Apparently, Lily, who recorded and posted a video on Clack, we all know Clack, the video went viral. People are going freaking nuts. They're calling her America's history
Favorite
teacher.
art history.
Or art history, whatever it is. So her boss does not like the video, does not like her recording videos for Clack, does not like going viral, says cut that out. Paolo comes home and is like, hey, I don't think that you like your boss, and I think that maybe, what if we moved back to Italy? What if maybe even we pack everything up and we go back home where I'm from? Lily and Mateo's the guy who's been running the store while Paolo is there, have a flirty flirt convo, veil adjacent. They are near the veil while this conversation is happening, so it's pretty clear they're going to get married. Paolo is setting up romantic nights, even from Italy. What a guy. And Emma has an idea. Paolo, after seeing how many people are like obsessed with the veil, Paolo should make replicas of the veil.
Duh.
To sell, because people are obsessed. Emma's boss tells her, so you got to stop with the videos. You gotta fire somebody. You gotta do all this stuff. And Emma's like, you know what? I want to make more videos. I don't even think I want to be the chair anymore. So she decides she doesn't want the job anymore. She wants to be with Paolo. She wants to make more videos. She wants to be in Italy. So she quits her job, and Paolo ends up showing up back in Chicago, and she tells him that she wants to move back to Italy with him, and he's like, yes, finally, you've come around to this idea. Cut to Lily and Mateo's wedding. The veil works in mysterious ways, and wouldn't you know who's there? It's Avery and Tracy.
Yeah. All
And-
three together again.
And Emma lets them know that she's moving back to Italy and that she's preggers. Do I spy another movie next year? And that was The Wedding Veil Inspiration.
We did it.
Let's take a quick break because this blizzard's just looking at me and I gotta get a bite of it.
hard.
And we'll come back and we'll break this movie down with 4 segments here on
Deck
the Hallmark.
We're back, everybody. Hello, welcome back.
It's a long bite of blizzard you took.
Well, I got one with Oreo in it, and it's
you
still
did.
kind of just sitting in my mouth. And so here's what I'm going to do. We're going to start with a hot take. We're going to share exactly how I felt about this movie.
Let's see.
We're not going to hold back.
Deep Dish Pizza Magazine, Brian,
What are you looking
said
for
you've
next
been
week?
ordering a lot of deep dish pizzas.
All you can eat sushi
with
magazine.
pepperoni sausage and extra sauce to the office
you don't say.
around lunchtime.
That's
You don't
interesting. That's
say.
interesting. Because all you
did
can
you
eat
hear from?
sushi on Woodruff Road says that someone named Brian keeps buying gift cards to give to his friends.
That's crazy.
This
That's
is
supposed to be
amazing.
confidential
That's
information.
unbelievable.
I can't. This
Golf Galaxy Weekly
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
that you just keep going in there asking what kind of stuff Dan likes.
Is there a new putter that they're?
Is there a putter that works for a giant? Let's start with you, Brian, and let's start with the hot take. Brian, what did you think of Paolo Paolo and the Veil Part 2, The Wedding Veil Part 5,
Yep.
Wedding Veil Inspiration?
Inspiration. Well, you left one very important piece of information out of your summary,
Oh.
and that was a spider disclaimer, which I don't know if you remember this. With
That's true.
Let's try it.
Patrick set the bar here. We have to be honest with the listeners here about
Dead
saying-
animals
Yes.
or any spider.
Any spider.
Right,
So
yeah.
spider disclaimer in this one. And also, number one, I'm offended. I was offended at the shade thrown at takeaway coffee in this movie.
What's takeaway coffee?
Takeout coffee to go.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
what they kept
got it.
calling it, takeaway coffee.
Coffee shops.
Coffee shops. Paolo was just like nonstop, just eyeballing her every
He's
time.
Italian.
I understand, but I mean,
Yeah, they don't have coffee
just
shops over
so
there.
Just espresso machines in every house.
Just espresso.
I did think the
Cappuccino.
Yes.
did Coffee Magazine say anything about
Nothing. Quiet.
I did think that, so in this movie, I thought the conflict that Emma had going for her was actually pretty interesting. The internal struggle that she
Easy
had.
for you to say.
Interesting. It's Italian. It was like, it felt realistic because her whole deal was wanting to be chair, realizing, her situation where she thought she was going to be set up with Paolo moving to the U.S., them setting up a store, she's going to become chair, all this stuff, all of it kind of flipped on its head. Everything changed. And so that seemed like a really realistic conflict that she had going on. And also Casey Roll, who played Lily, who I thought was fantastic, had a really good situation. And I felt like that was really authentic. The big incident with the lace shop, store, business.
The big incident with the lace shop store business.
Yes.
What's the incident?
I don't know what you're talking
Well,
about.
the incident where the father got sick, he's retiring, Paolo has to take over the family.
Oh, back
business.
yonder.
Yeah,
that
back in
that
the- yeah.
big, like the whole
old- the
jumping
old
off
country, yes.
Yes, the whole jumping off point for the big problem was so like flat to me, like one dimension. It was the father got sick, he's got to go to Paolo's got to go to Italy. The father needs to retire, or the uncle somebody needs to retire. Paolo has to take over, and that was it. Whereas like Autumn Reeser's character and Lily in the movie were more dimensional, and there was more stuff that I really liked about their problem.
More dimensional. I love
more
that.
dimensions
I love
to
that.
their
More,
issue.
yeah, more than
More
one.
dimensional.
Yeah, multi-dimensional. even.
You could say that.
You could. You wouldn't.
I didn't, but you could. But I did have, so that was like flat for me. And I did have a big problem with Paolo, and it was I needed to find a way to get Paolo's name out of my wife's mouth because she watched this movie with me, and every chance she got was, man, he was really good in that scene. Oh, I like the way he said that. The whole I was gonna pause it, be like, I'm just gonna finish this later. Okay,
That's right.
Do you have things to do?
The dude is an attractive dude. There's
no
way
way
around
around
it.
it.
I
No
mean,
way and he just keeps digging my hole deeper. Where every scene he's in, it's a new romantic gesture.
that's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, dude,
Whoever the inflatable pool with the
boats.
mini gondolas.
Are you
What are you
kidding me?
doing in the
So,
canal?
Yeah, and I'm just like, this guy's got a lifetime. Like, rookie
Yeah.
move to do all of
Just
this.
come
Like,
on, bro.
Save the heart-shaped pizza for like 10 years anniversary or something like that. So that was
all the pull out all the stops, but the one you want to keep in your back pocket.
the heart-shaped pizza.
Heart-shaped deep dish.
Never fails. You say that for a
You
real.
love deep dish.
I love deep dish.
I've heard.
Deep Dish Weekly. You just can't get enough of them, right? Okay, I just want to make sure.
But the big takeaway for me was I am on record of saying, I'm in for a few of these a year, a few new ones.
You are on the
record.
record.
Yes, you are.
And here we are, number 2 of the year,
5.
5 overall. Do you stand by it?
I think we got to call it after next week.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
yeah, I think that's a good bet.
It's just
They're not going to do 3 more this year.
No, but like you don't want any more
in
next
general,
year.
just period.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're-
wow.
okay.
Yeah, I think
Man,
we gotta
after
call it.
last week,
I think we got to call it.
You
after.
literally after 4 movies, you're like, I could do 3 of these.
Yeah,
a
I'm
year.
like, let's bring more people in.
and then after this one movie, you're
It's-
saying I'm out.
I'm afraid it's getting too complicated. There are too many.
So
times.
it is
so you
getting, as
think-
some would say, more dimensional.
More multi, if you will.
So you think that they made the decision to make Emma pregnant at the end of this movie to just call it quits?
That's right.
With this franchise.
It's a good
No,
time.
I don't think they did. But I feel like
You wish they did.
I'm like, if we're taking a poll, I'm like, guys, I'm in on.
You're
let's
switching your
call
vote.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's just like so many time zones happening.
Yeah.
So much childcare that I'm thinking about in the back of my mind that needs to happen now that everybody's having babies. So many like overnight visits from all over the country. It's just too much. And I've suspended my disbelief on a lot of things, and it's just wearing thin. And so I think I'm glad we got to do this.
Man, what a 180. What a 180 from Brian over
this-
here. This was fun. We all had fun, didn't we?
Yeah, next week's gonna be fun. That'll be great. Let's
Victor.
end on a high note
Got
for
it.
the series. Is all I'm saying. Brand.
So let's keep the 180s going.
Yeah, I know this is coming. I already know.
This is the best Wedding Veil movie to date. And I will tell you why.
Please.
2 words. Carlo
I
Marx.
knew it was coming.
I don't give a rip about the two main characters in this movie, and I don't even think Paolo wanted to be there. But what I did care about was Lily and Mateo.
Yes. Yep.
So good, so captivating. And even though their movie together was maybe only about 15 minutes of this movie, if I'm being generous.
No, it was more than that.
Really?
I was going to tell you,
think so?
I've got good news for you. If
What's
you
that?
don't care about Paolo, and
Yeah,
all the
okay,
research,
but I mean,
is
Paolo's
half
not.
of
Paolo's not in this movie.
Is
but
Casey
how many?
Rowland, Carlo Marx?
How many scenes do they get? Just
Oh,
the
they
two
get
of
a
them?
bunch.
Do they?
Few,
Okay,
yeah.
because
They're
that's
in the
what
store a
that's what
lot.
was working for me, man. When
Yeah.
they're getting those moments together. Whoo, boy, I loved it. That was the movie for me. And you could ask me right now, actually, what happened with Emma and Paolo in this movie, and I wouldn't be able to tell you, and I would still be able to say that this is the best Wedding Veil movie. That's how much I love Lily and Mateo. That's how much I love Carlo Marx. Who'd you say played Lily? What's her
Casey
name?
Roll.
Yeah.
Boy,
She's great.
Where'd she come from?
Exactly.
Unbelievable. Two great performances. Carlo Marx, I love you, buddy. Great to see you again. Didn't think I was going to see you this quickly in 2023, but boy, am I pleasantly surprised. So I had a wonderful time. Great day for me. Wedding Veil 5. Keep it alive. Let's do it again. Dano.
I got to say this. There are a lot of possible things that could have happened in Wedding Veil 5. All of them boring. One that I did not expect was Backdoor Carlo Marx rom-com pilot. I did not, for the life of me, see as the curveball of the century, what if we get the second Italy Wedding Veil movie, we put it in Chicago, and Carlo Marx does a rom-com in it for 30 minutes of the 84-minute runtime. Did not see it coming. And you know what? It's an improvement over the last Italy Wedding Veil movie.
It is.
Because
It is.
the
Yeah.
25 to 30 minutes that is Carlo Marx and Casey Roll, and it's not Carlo Brand, it's Casey
It's
Roll.
Casey all
Really?
Casey. Casey.
Make no mistake, this movie's a dumpster fire. Is it better than last week's? Yes. Yes. I am sorry. I could not care less about Peter and Lacey and the baby.
Yes.
I don't care. That had fewer stakes and less going on than this movie did, and that is saying something, because this movie is useless, it's boring, but the plot with Carlo Marx and Casey Roll is the first thing in this series that has worked. Hear what I'm saying, not what I'm not saying. Movie's bad. It's boring.
Best Wedding Veil movie?
Don't make any more.
Best Wedding Veil movie?
It's the best Wedding Veil movie.
Yeah!
It's the best Wedding Veil movie.
Come on!
But hear what I'm saying. It's because the 30 minutes of Casey Roll
And you want
Carlo
to call
Marx-
it quits, Brian?
No. I
We're
want to
just
call
getting started.
I want to call it quits too.
Let's shift to her.
Wait a minute.
To her, yeah.
I want to call it quits too. But the 30 minutes of those two were better than anything that I've seen so far. The rest of this movie was the plot line with the university, terrible. Why is Paolo going to Italy? Back and forth. Who knows?
Yep.
Is that a deep dish pizza with American cheese? I think so. There's so much in this movie that's terrible. But there's like 25, 30 minutes where you get this Lily character who's really funny and quirky. And that
And Carlo Marx.
is the one thing.
And Carlo
Carlo's
Marx.
there
He's a brand.
with his he's there.
With his energy.
And his hair.
Yeah,
Flopping
I
off.
would love to have him on the show. And
I love
It'd probably
full
be a
disclosure,
fun time.
He'd be a fun time. That's right. So, bad movie.
Sure.
The 30 minutes of those two, best thing I've seen on of the Wedding Veil movies. But I just hate the. I'm sorry, go ahead. Just keep going.
Let's get to the feels. Let's talk about what gave us feels. Brian, any feels for you in this movie, buddy?
Yeah. 3 quick ones and then one main one. Don't worry about it.
All right. Save
So
some for the
3
rest
quick
of us.
and a main.
Yes.
Trace, you got that?
Yep.
Okay, good. Count them off. Is this
One. Quick.
Well, I haven't.
Quick,
So
go.
we had a baby
Go.
wearing denim,
Go.
which was adorable. I just had to say it. I have a confession.
2.
Espresso machines give me anxiety too, and I'm always afraid of an incident. And
what kind? Like a burning incident?
anything. I feel like anything can happen. There's all that pressure. I'm like milk. I don't like dealing with this espresso
3.
machine. I was shocked when Autumn took a bite of macaroni and cheese and hot dog.
Main
Yeah.
one.
They usually don't eat.
Yeah.
The main one is I felt for Emma and the character and what she was going through and all the internal struggle.
Is
And
that how you feel like since you've moved here? Like, what's going on
I keep
here?
talking
Are
about
you-
this.
Are you
No.
having regrets
No, but
moving
when
to get out of that Greenville?
when she's working towards something and it just flips on its head and it's like, hey, by the way, that thing you thought that you wanted it's like the pinnacle of your career.
1,000 blizzards in a year.
1,000 blizzards in a year. You're trying to get there, and then all of a sudden, McDonald's comes out with a rival thing,
McFlurry.
you know, and it's totally, and you're like, do I need to go do that now? Like, do I not want blizzards anymore?
Yes.
And I was just like, so that theme throughout the movie, I was just like, I feel for her. So that was kind of a feel throughout.
So your day job's going well, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's real good. Technical writing.
Don't worry about Doris. I'm not going anywhere.
Don't worry, Doris. Door. So yeah, I mean, I wrote down. So Lily is awesome, right? Like, what a character, what a character. And I will say, simultaneously angry and like adorable feels for the grand romantic gesture from far away, like. Amazing, and also, who do you think you are?
Exactly.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, what are you trying to do?
Come
What
on.
are you trying to do to us?
Leave some for the rest of
Like
us.
I like to think that that I'm a relatively romantic guy and that I love my wife well, and like I don't hold a candle to Paolo. What like
At least he's ugly though, right? You know?
Yeah, at least he's ugly, and at least Brian's marriage is still on the up and up after
Great.
watching this.
Things are great on my job and my marriage.
I don't. There's nothing. There's like he's always a step ahead.
Blizzards. It's all going
That's
great,
all I
guys.
got.
This guy convinced did the pizza shop already have the heart-shaped pizza, or was that like a
Oh, that was a
custom
custom.
made?
Custom.
How much you
just
gotta pay
write
for that boy?
You just write that in the notes, like shape it like
Shape it like a heart,
Yeah,
please.
that's all you gotta do.
Unbelievable, Dan.
Let's talk about that pizza, shall we? I love a deep dish pizza, and
I've heard.
That's interesting. Not as much as Brian.
yeah, it's weird, and I've yet to see one, but I mean, I'd love to hear what you think is so great about them. Like when next time you have one, let me know.
Sure.
We can't really find good deep dish pizza in Greenville. I think for one piece of pizza, I'd prefer it over any other type of pizza. What is that in this movie? It is shaped like a heart, and it is a deep dish. But is that yellow American cheese on top of that pizza?
Maybe.
It looks like a lasagna.
Yeah, it does.
But with yellow cheese. My stomach turned. Like, just, I couldn't. Where's the sauce? Mm-hmm. Where's the sauce that goes on top of the pizza? The thick red sauce that covers the top of it.
They don't do that in this side of Chicago.
In Chicago.
This suburb.
It was tough to watch. As
style.
great a gesture as it was, it's tough to look at that pizza. Real bad.
Fair. Let's take one more quick break. We'll come back and we'll break this movie down here on Deck the Hallmark. We're back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Deck the Hallmark. We're talking about Wedding Veil 5, The Return of the Veil.
Inspirational.
Let's break this movie down with the Wait What. Ryan, what do you think?
I have a number of them.
Not in this movie. It's airtight.
Got a few. So, first of all, Hallmark, what kind of sick mind game are you playing throwing a flawless fall movie in the middle of New Year, New Movies?
That's right.
So much fun. I forgot it was winter.
Just autumn everywhere.
Oh, it was autumn. I'm not talking about Reeser either. Those
this guy. He gets a blizzard in him. He's on fire.
I had to order a few blizzards to remind myself it was winter.
That's right.
So he just opens a store, gets a call, jumps on a plane because his dad has to go to the hospital. He doesn't know anything about what's going on. He doesn't know if he's sick, if he needs surgery. He doesn't know anything, and he's just immediately gone. I just think maybe hang out for a follow-up phone call.
Just a little bit longer. Just a little bit, just to make sure.
Maybe
it
go
is
to
your father.
It is your So maybe go to day 2 of the store opening, and then and when Emma, this got me. I don't know if anybody else. Diana, I had to rewind this twice so she could see what I was talking about. When Emma was on a Zoom call in her office, they showed briefly her screen, her computer screen, and it was clearly just pictures of about 25 people because everybody was just freeze boys. And I laughed out loud at it. And I said, did you see that? And I had to keep showing her over and over. But it was just funny to me that they just put up a picture on the screen of a bunch of people.
Maybe they did a freeze boy.
Maybe it was a freeze boy.
It might have been a freeze boy
Sweeping the
moment.
nation.
But then Autumn was moving, so she was not participating. So it could not have been a freeze boy. And Mateo and Lily were in the store at one point, and somebody had left, and it was bright outside, middle of the day. And Mateo goes over and just locks the door, like just closing up for the middle of the day.
Yep, see ya.
That's it. We're just going to call this here. We've sold enough lace today.
That's right.
Dan, I assume you're going to touch on, so maybe you will, Brand, that Paolo has to take over the family business. Like, there's not even a discussion about hiring an outside CEO from an industry titan to run the family business. If he does, I mean, it's just
it was a very weird shoehorn. Like the whole crux of their storyline it feels
weak.
very forced.
Very, and so that just kept taking me out. Like that whole part just took me right out. And let me see here. I'll end on this. This was the video chat dinner. I had so many questions about when they broke into her house and set up the romantic gesture. And so first, if I came home and there was music on, immediately I'm freezing. I'm stepping outside again. Like,
that's right.
I am not going any further.
Yeah.
Something is up. And so she just wanted
It was jazz though. So
the safe?
I mean,
jazz is always safe.
Jazz is always safe.
Dude, that's what they want you
It
to
also
think.
is a 7-hour time difference.
I know. I have it down. My guy stayed up in the middle of the night for that.
Yeah, he did.
It's like one of the morning
but he would do that. Paolo would do that.
That's what I'm saying. I wrote down. My guy Paolo stayed up until the middle of the night for this romantic gesture. He's just better than us.
That's right.
And it's just frustrating.
Yeah, he is. It's clear.
2:30 in the morning. That's what he looks like.
to go.
It's unbelievable.
And so during that whole scene there, before you see Lily and Mateo out front talking about if they were going to go get wings or something, and you can see their breath as they're speaking. And then when Autumn walks in, she walks into her dining room. Her doors are wide open to the outside. So just like all this heat, like it's like the fridge being open in High School Musical too. Shut the fridge, like shut the doors, like it's freezing outside. So that just bugged me. Like it just bugged me so much. And
bugged them, everyone.
And they had 35 minutes to do all that.
That's impressive.
And you mentioned the pool.
The pool.
To blow it up and
35 minutes.
Plus all the
Good
candles.
gosh,
Get
no
out of
way.
here. Get out of here.
No way.
And I'll stop there. I'll save some for you guys.
I think the biggest one for me that I just kept thinking about in this movie is they committed to making the 5th Wedding Veil movie knowing full well they only had Paolo for one day.
Yeah.
Which was a move.
Yeah.
To know good and well that I'm assuming a day, maybe 2 days. Clearly he didn't have the full.
No.
Like that's why they did this the way.
No
like,
way.
Surely, right? Like, that was just a move, an interesting move. Now it's a move that gave us Lily and Mateo. So
Carlo Marx gets more screen time than Paolo.
I'm better for it, but I kept thinking, man, this is one of the 6 main characters in this trilogy is Paolo.
Can't be bothered.
I got a day. I'll give you a day. Guys, I'm sure it's a thing, and maybe it's my naivete showing. But what's the fork trick with the hanging?
Oh, right. Yeah,
that's great.
It
Well,
is
how
a
does
good
it
hack.
work?
It's a really good hack.
I don't
If you're
understand it.
hanging
There's a
it
string on the back.
because
Right.
the string on the back, you can't see when it's hooked on. You can scratch the wall. If you put the fork where the hook is, you see, and you just line it up. So the
catches
fork
it.
sticks out and it catches it. Then you just pop the fork out. You're good to go.
And you just pop the fork.
It's a really good hack.
It's a great hack.
Yeah.
Hallmark teaching me so much that I didn't know, but I didn't really understand it when I saw it. I needed a more.
I saw it and I immediately was like, man.
I needed more of a
move.
tutorial.
Game changer.
Yeah,
I'm not,
100%.
I'm not that quick and smart.
your wife
Lily,
mentioned that.
Lily, sweet grad student, apparently struggles to find a documentary that she hasn't already seen twice.
What? That's impressive.
It's impressive.
You're
There's
not
not
doing
a-
anything else.
I-
You're watching docs around the clock.
Docs around the clock, and I have a rule where I have to watch them
Twice. That's right. Yeah.
So not only have I seen every
Shoot me in the
documentary,
face.
I've
That-
seen every documentary twice because of the rule that I have, apparently. Last but not least, I don't know if it's kosher or not to, after the bride and groom, Lily and Mateo kiss, to come back for Paolo and Emma to come in and kiss after them. Feels like you're taking away from the big show, right?
Yeah, at the
For the
altar.
bride and groom to kiss, they're walking down the aisle. This is their moment, and then they come. Best man and maid of honor come together, and they start kissing. Guys, it's not a big kissing party.
no.
This is a celebration of the bride and groom.
You gotta know your role here.
You gotta know your role. You hold hands, you walk down the aisle, you have yourself a good day. You celebrate the bride and groom. Get your kisses another day.
So you
But-
kiss at the altar to what's that, sanctify your marriage, right?
I don't think it's to sanctify.
You know what I'm talking about.
It's to symbolize
so you
the
do that.
union of-
So if you kiss at the altar again, does that undo?
It unsanctifies it.
So
It
now are they not
desanctifies
married
it.
anymore?
It's desanctified.
Desanctification.
It's a desanctification. Yes.
Are we ready?
I'm
Are
good.
you good? This movie finds the time to retell the lore of the wedding veil. That's how you know it's padded, is that they retell the whole story again in real time. But the best part is when they do it, Carlo's character bumps into the veil like it's like, a meet cute at a party. And he's like, whoa. And then they tell the story of the veil. And after they tell it, he says, is this one of these new guy initiation things? Yes, Carlo. Yes. You bump into the veil and then we tell you it's magic. Got him. We got you. You didn't see it coming, did you? You think that veil's magic, you son of a gun. Welcome to the shop.
Get in here.
So stupid. You're buying drinks tonight, buddy. It's ridiculous. So stupid.
I'm with Carlo on this one.
Say what?
Thought you
I'm
might
with
be.
Carlo on
Of
this
course you are. You always are with Carlo on everything.
That's right.
Autumn Reese's character says, everything on the floor is expensive and designed to attract high-end customers, right? And Carlo goes, yeah, it's our traditional business model. Every art gallery ever. That's everyone's business model.
Little cookie
there
cutter, but okay.
is that one. But my favorite part of this is that he's working and Lily comes in and
Yes.
she sees him and she just jumps in and
Jumps right
starts
in.
selling stuff.
Thank you.
And he's like, how did you do that with no training? There's an obvious answer, and the answer is she's been an intern for 4 years as an art history student. That's all you have to say. Do you know what she says? I worked at a hardware store.
Yeah.
She says I worked at a hardware store, and customer service is customer service, whether it's lace or hex nuts.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it is
true.
not. Buying lace and buying hex nuts both require
Very similar.
a certain set of skills. You have the skill set to do both. You've studied art history for years and years. But Carlo Marx is like, how are you so good at that? Hardware store. Duh. It's hardware store. What else could it be? It's ridiculous. Carlo Marx says he's been packing up the veil and taking it home with him every night.
Yes.
Why?
Why? And
Do
then
you not have a security? Go back to Brand. Go back to Brand, Aaron.
quickly zoom in on him.
He knows
Camera one.
how embarrassing this is.
He not only is he doing that, he's leaving it out all day for people to touch and
That's
bump
right.
into.
Yeah.
And
And
then
then
when
he
nobody's
folds it up.
there, takes it home. And then
We
they-
have this veil here now.
Yeah.
zoom out, Aaron.
Zoom it
It's
out.
lace.
Yeah.
I am going to fold this up and bring it home every night in honor of Carlo
So
Marx.
there's no doubt a studio, like a security system in the art studio, but he's packing it up and folding it up every night to take home with him. Chances are higher something happens.
I thought that was going to go somewhere too. Like he was
Yeah.
going to lose, and it went nowhere. That was the last we heard of that.
It's just, he just like in case he brings a lady friend home, like it's just like,
Just in case.
Oh, that's a magic veil. It's not initiation, I promise. But the biggest one, and I can't believe no one said it until now, but I'm gonna. We have a full origin story of a horror movie villain here. The woman in charge of the chair department head or whatever.
Yep.
We learn at the end of this movie, which I don't even know if you touched on this or not, Brad. We learn at the end of this movie that she has intentionally created a hostile work environment so that Autumn Reeser will quit her job.
Just a maniacal monster.
She hasn't said, hey, you're not cut out for this. She hasn't said, oh my gosh, you clearly are more creative and this job's going to keep you from the things you love. No. She goes, no videos, dress more plainly.
Button up.
You can't teach. Go fire someone. Go fire someone.
The one with twins, preferably.
This woman is a monster.
Absolutely.
the reason she gives to also for this is that she doesn't like to tell someone that their dream isn't good
Yeah,
for them.
that's right.
And so she's
So
like,
she's like,
I
just go
can't
fire somebody
I can't
instead.
find it within myself to tell somebody that. So I'm going to instead make their life a living hell.
That's right.
Miserable.
That's right.
For months.
Yes.
When that happened and we realized this was intentional, I kind of liked it. And I felt bad for Emma, but I was surprised that was what they did. That's what they were doing.
My wife watched about 40 minutes of this with me, and
Lucky.
she's in and out of the room, doing other things. And she
Yeah,
pops in the room. She may have been standing up, and she went, she's not seen the whole movie. She went, so she just created a terrible work environment just so she'd quit?
Yep.
Isn't that like an HR violation? And then she
gotta
just
be.
walked out of the room. I was like, yeah.
I was
yeah,
surprised that they did
It
that.
is. It certainly is. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Not great. And this is the best we have, gang.
It's the best Wedding Veil movie to date.
Oh, wow, Magic Wedding. Oh, you guys got me. You got me. Oh, sucker. Fooled again.
It's time for What the Hallmark. It's where we talk about any questions that we still have after 5 Wedding Veil movies. Brian, what are you still wondering about? What's keeping you up at night?
What's keeping me up at night?
What's the story of the veil?
Yeah, is that? Do you not?
Could someone tell me?
Does anybody not believe the thing's magic? I mean, they keep question. So my question, it seems like, and I don't know if we'll get an answer to this or not down the road, maybe a year from now, is it seems like Autumn's new career is going to be like social media influencer, doing this everybody's favorite art history teacher.
Yeah.
I think that's our favorite art historian. That was her little tag name there.
You still got it right. Yes.
You got it.
So that was my question. Is this what she's going to be doing? We have this to look forward to now. Is her out there just snapping pics?
Shooting vids and stuff. Shooting vids.
Content creator. We don't know anything about that.
ABC, always be creating content.
ABCC.
Yeah, you can stop after that.
I have 2. One is when Paolo was gone the first time, how long was he gone?
Yeah.
Because he left.
There's so
like
much
2 days.
time-wise it does not work.
It felt like less.
Felt like
Maybe
less.
a day and a half, if that. Yeah, you're right.
Because he
break
leaves,
that.
she goes to work, she comes home and he's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he didn't end up going,
a
but
quick
he
pop
says
flight, Chicago to Italy.
It's a pop.
Chicago to Rome and back. It's nothing.
The rest of the trips, I'm like, okay, fine. Yeah, he's doing
first
these
one was
fun.
quick.
The first one was very quick. How long was he gone? My second question, and I don't want to speak it into an existence, but I'm going to. Does the creation of this new couple that has been smitten by the veil, also saw them live, does that mean that next year we're going to get 4 Veil movies,
Stop it.
one of which
Stop it.
following?
Get some help. Do not put that out here.
I'm
Don't
just
do it.
asking.
They
we
should
have
live
3.
outside the
We have.
veil. You know? But I
Why
guess you
are they
can't.
outside
I guess
the
you
veil?
can't. Because they keep doing the same things, and so if they're
Have we
outside
during
the
this
veil-
series seen any other couples get married aside from the 3 main? I don't think so.
The mother,
So,
right?
huh?
The mother, and in the last week, the mother.
So we're
and
gonna get
the other guy.
5, but was that because of the veil?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get 5 next year.
Stop it. Stop saying things.
Just asking.
Any
It's
other
not
questions,
kind.
Brad?
But I will say I think we would all be on board
With
with
that, absolutely.
with a Lily Mateo
Absolutely.
movie.
Well,
I don't want any more Wedding Veil movies.
I want Lily.
I don't
Lily
care.
Movie, yeah.
I don't want a Daniel Day-Lewis, Meryl Streep Wedding Veil movie.
You say that now. But
Wait until next year, man. It's
Yeah.
coming.
I've got 2. Number 1, Clack, the social media platform that's just for tutorials and information. Bolt, it could go one of 2 ways. It could be the most boring thing no one uses, or it could become something like, one of these things where you can take the classes online, like Master or whatever it's called.
Masterclass, sure.
Very
Like
fascinated, that it's like TikTok, but it has to be tutorial, basically, is what I'm gathering.
It's
from this.
it's good social media.
and it's all positive.
good social media.
affirmations
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
My big one though is that how long did it take for Mateo and Lily to get married? And
a
I
good
would
question.
submit to you that it is 1 day. And here's why. Is because we see them say, I'll date you for 1 day. The next time we see them, they're married. Now you could say, Dan.
I'll marry you for 1 day.
You could say, Dan, there's clearly time that's elapsed. However, think about this. At the wedding, Emma looks at her 2 friends. What are their names, Brand? Tracy and
Tracy and Avery.
Tracy and Avery. And she tells them that she's moving to Italy. So
They haven't gone yet.
So
Okay.
she decides she's moving to Italy with Paolo, and then somehow sits on the information to Tracy and Avery. She talks to them at least once a week, if not more. She doesn't tell them she's moving to Italy until Matteo and Italy and Lily get married. She waits all that time to tell them the biggest news of her life. She's pregnant and moving to Italy. Why would she wait that long to tell them she's moving to Italy? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so it was like a week later.
So maybe they got married right away.
They may have.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, that is.
That's all I got.
Well, the veil
Works in mysterious
the veil
ways.
works in mysterious
That's what we always
ways.
say.
The veil is good. We got another one next week, everybody.
Yay!
I mean, I think it's the couple we're most looking forward to
Correct.
seeing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Allison
Correct.
Sweeney,
Allison
Vixter,
Sweeney.
the Vixed. But apparently it's a lot of like just talking about a honeymoon. I don't know. We'll find out.
This is the island one, right? They get their room is canceled. So
Island
they
of
get
Misfit
an
Toys.
That's right.
That could be nice.
It's the Island of Misfit Toys movie. They all go there. There's
It's a Jack in the
Charlie
Box.
in the
It doesn't
Box.
work.
Charlie in the Box.
Charlie in the Box. My bad.
Can you?
Sorry.
Guys, we're going to be back tomorrow with The Way Home, a brand new series from the Hallmark Channel. And that's just the halfway point of the week, everybody. You can watch them all on Philo TV. You can listen wherever you listen to podcasts. However you do it, thanks for tuning in. Until then, may we the first wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.